Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of Rich T Racing, and welcome back to Accurate Predictions. This time we are at the Singapore Grand Prix because obviously there is the Singapore Grand Prix this weekend. For those of you who haven't seen any of these videos before, probably all of you, this is where I will pick a random driver from a random team, and wherever I qualify and finish with that driver is where I am saying that driver will finish in the race and qualifying. Now in this version we're switching things up just a little bit because the last time I did this at Italy, I did the random shuffle through the teams and landed on Haas twice, and one of the things with this series is that I won't be doing the same team twice. So we've had to switch it up a little bit, and we are going to be using the Wheel Decide online. Anyone can use it, so obviously we're not going to be having Haas, McLaren or Alfa Romeo because that is the team that I do my career mode with. So without any further ado, let's find out which team we shall be racing for this weekend. So Toro Rosso it is, and this obviously presents a slight conundrum in the sense that one of these drivers doesn't actually race for Toro Rosso anymore, and that is obviously Alexander Albon, so we have no choice but to use the torpedo that is Daniel Kvyat, and obviously when we get Red Bull we will have no choice but to use Max Verstappen. So let us select Daniel Kvyat and get into this, or as the Russians would say,
Прикройте меня!
Welcome along again to the Marina Bay Circuit. The atmosphere is thick, not just with humidity, but with tension as well, as we get ready for qualifying here at the Singapore Grand Prix.
Okay, so here we are in the garage getting ready to go out. First and foremost though, we have got to load our car setup. This is the little run through down the fuel. I don't really understand how any of this works, so we're just going to go out. So we're going to start our first lap coming up into the first corner. Look for the little black bit on the side to mark your braking point, and this first lap was actually not bad. It was definitely not a great lap, but it certainly wasn't a bad lap. It was a very good starting point, and we ran a bit wide coming out the final corner, and we set a 1 minute 39.5, and as we're coming on to the second lap, you can see we're going much faster, about 1.2 seconds faster, and we come across the line to set a 1 minute 38.2. And you can see there we are faster than Albon, but you'll also notice that there are about 4 drivers who haven't set lap times. And as we come on to the final lap, you might be wondering why I've put this video on pause. Well, put it lightly, this happened. Now, there were a number of ways I could have reacted to this situation. I could have reacted like this.
Oh shit! A spy!
Or this. Or I could have just done this. But in the end, I just decided to put it under a glass, because that's what people who are hard do, and that's what I am. I'm hard. I laughed far too hard whilst making that, but there we go. Anyway, coming on to the final lap, you can see that our time has just gone into the green, and as we're about to cross the line, we're going about 0.4 of a second faster, come across the line and set a 1 minute 37.8, not for the first time in this series, actually as ever in this series, we get out-qualified by our teammate, but I also think 15th is a very good prediction for Daniel Kvyat, and you will also notice there that Ricciardo and Hamilton didn't set lap times. I have absolutely no idea why, but that will have to be a factor in the race. Hamilton will obviously overtake us at some point, so let us get into the race. Okay, so here we are sat on the grid. We're just going to go into the race strategy just before we start this race, and in the last video I mocked the lower race strategy here, the one where you go soft, medium, then hard, but this time I'm going to use it because I think that the soft tyre is going to go off massively in this race. So without any further ado, let us now get into the race. We've got 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. It's lights out and away we go. You can just see there we get a pretty poor start thanks to the higher grade tyre. We've already been jumped by Antonio Giovinazzi. We go very aggressive into the first corner. You just saw there a bit of contact. Looked like someone's front wing had fallen off. We get a collision warning with Kubica of all people. I thought I was racing Giovinazzi. Oh well. But you can see there, as for Giovinazzi, he is trying to come around my outside, heading now down into this corner. I forget which corner this is. I'm sure I remember it at some point. But now we are coming onto the main straight. And it should be pointed out that the setup I'm running has got ridiculously high rear downforce, and we are probably going to get absolutely mugged off down the straight. As you can see there, Giovinazzi going down the inside. It's going to be very close. Can I keep it going? Yes, I can. Open up the steering as we now head into the difficult right-hander. We are going to hang on to that position for the moment, but as we now cut further into the race onto lap 1, we are now coming across the Anderson Bridge, and we're going to go down the inside on Kimi Räikkönen, who may well have had that damage to his front wing, and we have got that move done. Bish, bash, bosh, and it looks like the two Alphas are now going to start racing each other. But as we come now onto the main straight, we're not quite into DRS yet, but we're going to have a quick look behind us. You can just see there Giovinazzi coming at us like a freight train, and he's going to this time try and go around the outside, but he has not been able to do. I've shut the door on him, but that is a worrying sign for lap 3 when the DRS comes on. Although, as we come onto lap 3, we're going to look behind us. We have dropped Giovinazzi by an incredible rate. We're 1.4 seconds in front of Giovinazzi now. So coming on to lap 5, nothing really happened in between there. But you can just see there's our teammate Alex Albon retiring from this race. And that is actually the second time in this series that Albon has retired. So that is unlucky for the British tyre driver. But coming on to lap 6 now, we are properly up Nico Hülkenberg's arse. Hopefully Hülkenberg will be in F1 next year, but it remains to be seen. Coming now down towards the braking point. Is there anything going for us? No, not quite. We were a little bit too far back, but now we are on to lap 6. We're properly up Hülkenberg's chuff, or should I say we were going to be up Hülkenberg's chuff, but we get a bit of oversteer coming into the final corner, and that meant we weren't able to challenge him going on to lap 6. But as we come on to lap 7 now, you can see how close we got to Hülkenberg there, so it looks like we have got some decent racing to be done. Maybe an overtake could be on, and this would actually be this would be a move for the lead, because we have stayed out longer than anyone else. We are fighting for first place. So coming down now towards the right hander, we have dialed our ERS up too high, and hopefully this is going to give us an opportunity to overtake, but we have just got a bit of wheel spin out of the corner there, so we're gaining. We remember we have got loads of downforce. Hülkenberg going defensive. I'm going to go down the inside, but it looks like he's going to cut me off, and contact's been made, and that has meant there is no overtake opportunity. So we are going to come into the pits, and whilst we're doing that, we might as well have a little checkup on our Mr. Friend the Spider, see if he is still under his glass.
Yeah, hi. Can I get one Tsar Bomber, please? Yeah. There's a spider in my house. No, I put it under a glass, and it's now gone. Yeah. 2? Yeah, that'll do. How long will that take? Brilliant. Thank you very much. Okay, bye.
So as we wait for those two Tsar Bombers to arrive, we are going to come out of the pits, and it is now a case of getting our foot down and making sure we undercut Nico Hülkenberg. But that just hasn't happened. We actually ran over the line there, but you don't get a penalty for that on this game. So we're stuck now for the moment behind Lance Stroll. I think that's the Haas of Roman Grosjean as well, going over the Anderson Bridge down into the corner, and we've got the move done easily. And for some reason we're going to get a penalty. Well, we're not going to get a penalty, but a warning, but that doesn't mean anything in F1 these days. And now going on to the next lap, you can see there on the mini-map that there is a Renault coming out of the pits, and it looks like not only has Hülkenberg got the jump on myself, he's also got the jump on Roman Grosjean, which is a massive shame for myself. If we come back over the Anderson Bridge, doing our traditional move much further back than normal, we come in, we get obviously a bit of contact there with Grosjean. Obviously we're going to get a warning for that as well, and you will notice there that Hülkenberg is actually on the soft tyre, so that basically meant he was impossible to catch, and basically nothing else happened in the rest of this race. Although I will just say, I used to really dislike the Singapore track, but having now done quite a few laps on it, doing the time trial video we did on this channel a couple of days ago, as Valtteri Bottas wins the race, I will say that when you hook this track up, it is absolutely fantastic to drive. In the past I've talked a lot of shit about it, talked it down, not liking it, but it's actually a really, really enjoyable track. As we are now coming through the final, coming up towards the final corner, you'll notice there that the fireworks, I think it was John Eric Verne said it back in 2014, that the fireworks are very distracting, and they were very distracting there, but we come home in the end in P12, and that is, I think that is also a very fair prediction for Daniel Kvyat. I predicted that he'd finish in 9th this weekend. I think he'd qualify in 9th and finish 9th. But 12th place for Daniel Kvyat is a very respectful prediction. And that has been another episode of Accurate Grand Prix Predictions. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Do be sure to check us everything out that we do on Rich T Racing. And all that remains for me to say now is ta-ta and farewell. Oh, and by the way, the spider didn't actually escape. I just did that little skit for shits and giggles. I actually just put a piece of paper on it and put it outside, because that's what hard people do, and I'm hard.